Hello and welcome to Learning List. The purpose of this overview video is to help you easily access the reviews and tools on our site so that you get the most value from your subscription. Sign in using your district email address and your personal password. This will take you to your homepage on our website, which we call My Library. From this page, you can access the How Do I section, which is our help section. On the left side of the page, we have the topics. And on the right side of the page, once you click on a topic, you see the tasks associated with that topic and step-by-step instructions for achieving any of those tasks on our site. You can access the same information by clicking on the Help button in the blue bar at the top of each web page on our site. Let's go back to My Library. You can search for reviews on our site either by typing in a keyword, but I would recommend that you'll get much more precise search results if you use our search filters to search for reviews. Let's look at, for example, math. I'm going to look at math for grade 4 and see which products Learning List has reviewed. A couple of things here. You will only see the products aligned to your state's standards automatically. However, if you want to see products aligned to a different set of standards that Learning List has reviewed, you can change manually the type of standards for the products you want to see. Notice we also have a special populations filter, which allows you to identify products that have special adaptations for each of these special student populations. I'm just going to search for 4th grade math products at this time. It turns out that Learning List has reviewed 12 4th grade math products. If the product is state adopted in your state, we will show that with this little button. You'll get a 1 or 2 sentence description initially, but if you wanted to learn more about any of the products reviewed, you can expand the review. This reveals the first paragraph of the editorial review, which tells you whether the product is comprehensive or supplemental, and any other key details we think you should know about this product to decide whether you want to learn more. We also give you the alignment percentage. Now, the alignment percentages shown on Learning List are never the alignment percentages presented by the publisher. Rather, if it's a state-adopted product, the alignment percentage shown on Learning List is the alignment percentage calculated by the state panel that reviewed the product for adoption. If it's not a state-adopted product, the alignment percentage is the alignment percentage that Learning List calculated based on our analysis of the alignment of the product. If you wanted to see an expanded view of all of the reviews, you simply click on Expand All Reviews. And you can sort your search results by any of these criteria. For example, I'm going to resort my 12 search results by highest alignment percentage, which now presents the products reviewed in descending order of the alignment percentage. I'm interested in learning more about a particular product. If I want to read the full reviews, I simply click on the See Full Reviews button under the product image, which takes me to the product details page. From this page, we give you the manufacturer suggested retail price if the publisher provides that to us, and tell you whether or not staff development is included in that unit price. We also link you to the publisher's website where you could request a sample. If you'd like to see the full alignment report for the product, you simply click on See Full Report. This takes you to Learning List's alignment report because this is a non-state adopted product. So Learning List's reviewers have gone through the publisher's correlation and checked the citations that the publisher listed as aligned to each standard to verify that those citations are truly aligned to the content, context, and cognitive demand of the standard. If we agree that the citation that the publisher cites is aligned to the 3 dimensions of the standard, we'll list that citation as an aligned citation. If, however, we disagree with the publisher and we do not think that the citation that they said was aligned to the standard is aligned to the standard, we list that citation as a non-aligned citation and provide a reviewer's comment explaining precisely which part of the standard was not addressed in that citation. Notice how I just resorted this whole alignment report by the Align to Standard column to get a list quickly of all of the standards that were not addressed in this 85% aligned product. Now, for all tested grades and subjects, learning lists, alignment reports identify the readiness, supporting, and process standards. So if I now search the report by readiness, I'll quickly get a list of all of the readiness standards that were not addressed in this particular product. Now, sometimes some of the standards that the publisher listed we agreed are aligned or were aligned, and some were not. In that case, we'll tell you what we found to be the problem with any non-aligned citation. We try to check at least 3 citations for alignment to each standard so that your teachers have choices about which citations to assign in order for students to learn that standard. Sometimes the publisher doesn't even have 3 citations listed for alignment to that standard, and we'll just review what the publisher has listed. As long as we find 1 citation of the 3 or 5 that we check to be aligned, then we give the publisher credit for aligning to that standard, but we'll always check at least 3 and up to 5 citations for alignment. Once we've done the alignment verification, we calculate the percentage of student expectations that we found to be aligned in this particular product. In this case, it was 85% alignment. We know that you are looking for products that cover 100% of the standards, however. So our Fill in the Gap tool recommends other products that we have reviewed that align to the remaining standards. This is an interesting example, actually. This manufacturer suggested retail price is $15.99 per student, and it's an 85% aligned product. One of the goals of our service is to make sure you have as many product choices at all different price points as possible. So one of the Fill in the Gap products is this Motivation Math product. It's 100% aligned, and its manufacturer suggested retail price is $12.95 per student. Now, this doesn't mean that this product is better than the Triumph product you just looked at. It means it's 100% aligned, and then you'd want to read the editorial review to learn more about each of the products to decide which would be best for your students. Each editorial review is structured similarly. We start with the strengths of the products and then list the good to knows. The good to know section is drawn from our question of our reviewers. We say, if your best friend was about to buy this product, what would you want him or her to know about it? Then we'll give you the technology requirements if those are applicable to this particular product. And then we'll explain the instructional content and design of the product. In this section, we look for such things as, is the instruction logically presented? Does it build on prior learning? Does it use academic vocabulary and define the academic vocabulary words? Does it have meaningful connections to real-world examples and activities to engage students throughout? How does it build higher order thinking skills and critical thinking skills? What kind of guidance does it provide to teachers to help them differentiate instruction for the different learning groups? What kind of adaptations are there for each of the special populations? What kind of tools are there for teachers and for students? That's all covered in this section of our review. Then we'll discuss the ease of use. For print materials, we'll look at the table of contents, glossary, and index to see how easy the product is to use and identify specific content that you might be interested in. For online materials, we'll look at the learner management system and see how easy it is to access and to use. We'll also look to see if the product has monitoring tools, and these include usage reports, progress reports. Will tell you what kind of reports and for whom, and how easy are they to use. Then we'll discuss the assessments. What kind of assessments? Are they given at meaningful instructional points throughout the year? What kind of questions do they include? And do they include feedback that teachers can use to adjust their instruction at critical points throughout the instructional process? Finally, if the publisher submits this, we'll give you a list of reference districts who are using that product and access to the publisher's answers to the 12 questions we found most commonly asked by school districts in their RFPs. We figure if most RFPs contain these questions, most districts probably want the answers to these questions, and you want the answers now without having to contact the publisher. We do not edit the publisher's responses. We just give them the opportunity to provide their answers to you directly in this section of our review. Notice one of the questions we ask is, what is the research base supporting this product? So that if you decide to use title money to purchase this product, you have this information at your fingertips. Now, this was a non-state adopted material. If you wanted to look at a state adopted material, how about if I do a social studies grade 6 search? Learning List has reviewed 7 social studies grade 6 materials. Many of them are state adopted, as you can see here. For state adopted materials, as I mentioned, Learning List shows you the alignment percentage that the state panel determined for the product. If you click on the product, view full reviews for this product, you'll come to the product details page, which won't have a manufacturer suggested retail price until the price list comes out from the state. If you'd like to access the alignment report, you simply click on View State Alignment Report. Now, we give you 2 versions of the alignment report here. The first is the state's alignment report, which is a PDF version of the report. This is what the state panel produces for this product. We give it to you for a couple of reasons. First, it helps you determine which parts of the product were checked for alignment to each of the standards, so that if you wanted to spot check the state panel's determinations, you know where they looked to see where the product was aligned, and you can tell if you agree or disagree with the panel. It also provides documentation to support your superintendent and school board certification that your district has complied with the 100% rule. Now, if a product is not state adopted, if products may be less than 100% aligned these days and still be state adopted. If you wanted to see which standards were not aligned in the product, and this is not a great example because this product is 100% aligned according to the state, we have taken the state panel's determination for each standard and put them in our interactive report so that you could quickly sort the report to see which standards were not aligned. One other feature of the site that I wanted to show you, well, let's just go back to our search results for grade 6. Here you go, grade 6 social studies. Our compare tool allows you to compare up to 3 different products that showed up in your search results. These can be 3 products in a particular subject and grade, such as this. Or if you wanted to analyze the vertical alignment of one publisher's products across multiple grade levels, you could search by subject and publisher and then select up to 3 grade levels at a time to see the alignment percentage of those products across the grade levels. Here, however, we've selected 3 social studies 6th grade products to look at, to compare. This comparison document identifies the key information we thought you would want to know when comparing instructional materials. However, as you'll see, this is a completely editable document. So we start with the grade and subject and a description of each of the 3 products you've selected. We tell you whether each is state adopted and whether it's online or printed material. We'll give you the manufacturer suggested retail price if the publisher provides it. We'll tell you which student groups each of those products has adaptions for. We'll tell you the product strengths of the 3 products you've selected and the good to knows of each product. We'll also give you the alignment percentage of each product and link you directly to the alignment report for the product. Notice that the alignment report opens in a separate tab. You can always go back to your comparison document. We'll also give you access to the editorial review, which opens in a module for the product you've just clicked. Notice how the instructional content and product design section can differ dramatically in length from product to product. And that's because some products contain many more components for us to review. We look for the same criteria across all products. There are about 100 different things we look for, but we'll only comment on what the product contains unless we see an important deficit to point out to you. So here's the editorial review for the second product. Notice how much shorter the instructional content and design section is. Doesn't mean it's a bad product, just an easier product to review. And then we'll give you the list of reference districts if the publisher has provided that to us, and the average educator rating and review. Now, we encourage you to rate and review products, and you can do so from the products detail page where you accessed each of the other full reviews. If you don't want any of these criteria on your comparison document, you can eliminate them. We also give you access to the publisher's questionnaire if the publisher has submitted it. We allow you to enter comments about each of the products you've compared, and even to enter local criteria that you may have used that is not reflected in this document, and then a comment to explain how each of your compared products stacks up against that local criteria. Once you are finished developing your comparison document, you can save it as a PDF or download your comparison into Excel, and all of the comments and all of the changes you've made will be saved. You can also print them. Now, this tool is very helpful, as I mentioned, in comparing multiple products in a grade and subject, or a single publisher's products across multiple grades if you wanted to see the alignment, the vertical alignment of the products across multiple grades. But it's also useful in case you wanted to develop a dashboard for your board of the products that you're recommending for adoption. You can, for example, just select one product and build a comparison dashboard. And in that case, it will just have the same criteria that you saw in the comparison document for this one particular product. Again, you can edit this document as you wish, so that hopefully it'll save you time when presenting your products to the board for local adoption. To show you what I meant by using this for vertical alignment, let's select one publisher's products. I'm going to select Houghton Mifflin's math products. We've reviewed Math and Focus for Houghton Mifflin across multiple grade levels. And we've also reviewed Go Math. Now, Math and Focus is not state adopted, so I'm going to select 3 Math and Focus products. First, I'm going to sort by subject and grade so that the grades and subjects are grouped together. I'm going to select, I'm going to go a little higher than that. Let's select grade 2, grade 3, and grade 4 to compare. Now I have a side-by-side of the 4 grade levels. I can see the alignment percentage for each grade level. I can quickly access the alignment report for each grade level. I can sort by align to standard to see which of the standards is not addressed in each of the grade level. each of the grade levels. Notice it opened in a separate tab. I can always go back to my comparison document. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is Learning List. I hope that this has been helpful to you. If you like a particular product's reviews, you can, from the product detail page, you can bookmark it to your library. You can also share the review with any other authorized user. This gives you a link to the product review. You put the person's email in here, and you can write an email message to them and share it. You can do the same as a district. A district can authorize all of the members of the selection committee to access the reviews on Learning List. Each member of the selection committee can search for reviews in his or her own home, put the products that they like in their library, and then share a list of the products in their library with the other members of the selection committee, explaining what they liked about each product, what they didn't like about each product. So when you get together in a selection committee meeting, you know who likes what, which were the top vote getters, and you can quickly do a side-by-side comparison of the most popular products among your selection committee members for further discussion. Thank you for your time. I will do additional webinars explaining how a teacher or a professional learning team or community can use our site, one for lesson planning or curriculum writing, and also for test analysis.